Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, My Vagabond Style. I'm Debbie, and I'm going to work in the random glue book today, which has turned out to be a favorite. Like, you guys seem to like this one, so I'm happy about that because it's really my favorite one to work in at the time right now. It changes from time to time, but this has been a favorite for a while. So what I do with the random glue book is I basically do steps. The first step is usually slapping some paint on it. Now, sometimes I brush the paint on, sometimes I use a card to do it, like a gift card, or sometimes I'll even just use a brush. So this is kind of a combination. This one, I think I used some baby wipes to get the paint on. This one was a card, pretty much, I think, for the most part. There looks like a few brush strokes here. But anyway, once I get the paint down, the next step I usually do is either stamps or stenciling or something like that. It really doesn't matter whether it's stamps or stenciling. I also do like to put down some texture. Sometimes it's tissue paper or scrapbook paper. It just kind of varies. So you'll see as I go along. But this one, I already did a little bit of stenciling on, so I thought maybe we could do some stamping on this one. Let's see, maybe we'll just cut some of these right here. That would be maybe kind of good and subtle for for the background. And we'll go ahead and do that with some blue. Yeah, I'm going to use black. I love this book because it's, really, if you just want to play and you don't really have uh, any pre thoughts of what you're doing, you just want to get maybe your creativity flowing, this is a really good way. Maybe right there. Okay. So by now you might have seen my last video, and it was this little mini collage magazine journal. So if you haven't checked that one out, check this one out because it's really fun, and I think it's gonna, like, after this one's done, probably be my new favorite. I'll go ahead and link that as a suggested video at the end, just in case you haven't seen that one. Okay, so now I've got those elements on there. I think for this one, I'm ready to do a focal. This one, let's let's maybe do some stenciling on this one. I just have to decide what shape I want to do on the stencils. I've got a few sitting here. Let's do something like that. I haven't used that one in a while. And I think for a color, I would like to do maybe this crazy purple. It says rose, but wow, it looks really purple. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on my little palette here. Well, I guess I've never used this one before because the thing is still on here. See if I can do that without making a mess. Now I could have chose to use, instead of paint, a lot of times I use ink through these stencils, but I wanted to use this color. I don't have that color in ink. Okay, so the best way I found when I'm doing this is to have a little less paint than what you'd think, because the paint tends to kind of get underneath there, and then it doesn't make a very nice, crisp image. It will get a little muddled. When I go to put the focal images on here, you may or may not see what I've done in the background here, and that's okay. It's just a starting place, and sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. I live in Arizona, and it is ramping up, this heat. It's going to be 104 today. Yeah, the heat is on. Okay, let's put maybe one down in this corner here. So actually, I need to turn my fan on. It's gotten super hot in this room. I say super hot, but like my husband and I, we have a standing war on the thermostat. Like I want to keep it at 77, which I think is reasonable. And he wants to keep it at 80. I'm like, oh my gosh, not 80. That is not what I planned on when we moved to Arizona, was living in 80 degrees. So yeah, we're constantly battling, battling it out. Okay, that's good. We'll leave that as is. So I do have a little bit of extra paint on here, so I'm going to smear that on another page. So now I feel like this one's got some paint on it. It's got some stencil. It's got some stamping. I could use a little bit of texture on there. So I'm going to see what I want to do for texture. So when I say texture, I mean kind of like bits and pieces. I heard somebody call it like a mixed media salad. It was like all their scraps that they had put together. So like here's a bag of scraps. Basically, you could just take it and then throw something on there that looks like what you might like. It was just Memorial Day. That kind of looks patriotic. Throw that on there. This is a little bit harder scrapbooking paper. Like I tend to really like to use thinner pieces of paper, but I'm going to go ahead and use that today. Might as well. It doesn't mean you can't use the thicker paper. It's just makes the book a little thick. I'm kind of making a mess of this one. So what I like to do is I like to do like a non-committal move on some of this stuff. So I will use my glue stick and put just a little bit of glue on it so that I can move it around if I find a different image that goes with it, but maybe this is not in the right spot. So I just put like a little bit of glue stick on there and then I'll put it somewhere on the page. And then I can come back and move that. I also sometimes like to use a little bit of tissue paper. And a lot of times if I'm working on 2 pages that this is like very distracting because the colors are so different, I'll go ahead and put something over this so I don't even have to look at it. But right now it's okay. But I'm just saying if it's distracting to you, just put like something over it so that you can just continue to work on this. It works a lot better. Now, tissue paper pretty much sticks with glue stick on the acrylic. I never seem to have a problem. Now on this side, I could put a little bit of tissue on this. I've got this kind of fun splattered looking stuff. Doesn't have to be a lot, maybe just a piece or two. And I like when you use tissue paper because you can kind of see through it usually a little bit. This one you couldn't, but or napkins. Napkins are great. I just didn't have any napkins out right now. You know what? I just laid that down, but I really don't want that sharp edge unless I go this way. There. Okay, I just dumped a bunch of images in here and we'll see what we can come up with. I mean, I have a ton in here, so I should be able to come up with something. Let's start with this side here and see what we like. They're kind of all American dogs, right? Let's see, what else do we have in here? Here's a city. Maybe we could go the city route and then put something else over it. We've got these people looking out onto the city. I kind of like that. Maybe they've got their dogs with them. I don't know, kind of all American theme, I'm thinking. Something like that. And for this side, see if we can come up with maybe something floral. Yes, right here. Maybe that. I could maybe cut this down here and put a part up and a part down. Let's start with that. Kind of working 2 pages at once. So let's see. The pool party. I never made it to the pool party. I talked about going to it and I never made it. We got a little behind schedule and then our friends were coming, and so I just forfeited it. I wasn't feeling up to it. So some days, you know, you think you're going to do something and it doesn't turn out that way, which is okay. All right, let's see if I tear this maybe here. Hopefully it's straight. And put maybe part there, part here. Actually, like it that way. Let's do that. This is like ADD friendly, I think, because I am so onto one thing, then onto another. I can't help it. All right, now this side. Again, putting a little something over this. And actually, right where this one is, right where it landed, looks pretty good to me. Do I want to cut that off? I think I want to cut this Princess Cruises off the end. And put it right about there. And then I do like these dogs. It's kind of like, you know, their life. Okay. Anything else I want to put in there for now? I think I'm going to leave it right now. I love this back. That is pretty, isn't it? So let's just maybe move on from these for right now, and we can always come back to that later. And let's see, there was one that I was working on the other day. This one. And I really wanted to put something else behind her. And I was going through some images and I found these clocks. And I thought, okay, one of these clocks would be great maybe to have behind her somewhere. I cut this one out just playing around with it. And I thought, no, it just blends in way too much. It's okay. But I looked at these other ones and I thought, you know what, let's just play when I was doing the random journal. So I didn't cut any of these out yet. I was waiting for you guys. Sometimes it's hard, you know. I do like to play a little bit on my own with not recording, just because it takes a little bit of the, you know, I don't have to worry about talking. I can just sit here and be quiet. So sometimes you kind of have to do that when you have a channel. You can't do everything on screen, or I don't want to. That one's not too bad, huh? I wish I could maybe I could get it behind her a little bit. There's that one. There's this one. I kind of like that one. Yeah. I could cut, I think I'll cut this off right here. Let's see. Oops. You know what I like about this one? It's got the textures of these bricks behind it. And it's kind of like these, like those bricks. And then I still would really love to find like a lava lamp or something else to go on top of here. Maybe something taller. Not 100% sure, but she's not done yet. We'll come back to her another day. But these clocks are really cool. Here's another one that I did off camera, this background. So I just did paint and then some stencils and a little bit of paper to look like the texture. And this looks kind of masculine to me. Maybe we should look for something a little more masculine. 1964 Holiday Magazine. You know, I'm going to look through this because I don't really want this to turn into like a flip through for you guys, even though it's such a good magazine. But I do, if you want to see some of these magazines, I do have flip throughs in my past videos. So, but let me see what I can find and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found this ad and it was in here like this. And I went ahead and cut it out without you guys. I just got carried away. Anyway, it was like that. So I cut these out and this out. And I don't know that I will use the words, but we'll put those to the side. And I think we're going to like it like this. Maybe these guys over here. They are enjoying the beach. Might just go ahead and put that, let it run all the way through here. I usually like to cut it. Okay, we're going for it. We're doing it. Oh, it is time for a new glue stick. Whenever this falls out, it just means it's time. Okay, fresh glue stick. He's so happy. Like, I don't want to cut his face off. Look. So we'll just cut a little bit down here. And make that work right there. Okay, for now, I think I'm just gonna lightly glue this guy, this one right here. And we can come back to that. I think I will put this on here, in here, and then I can come back to that. Okay, I feel like this one, let's go ahead and work on this one because I'm thinking maybe like one of the girls that from the Louisville, Kentucky Derby magazine. I bet we can find something really good in here to go. I really like this gal right here. Like, I think she would be really good on the front, but I don't really like how hard the cover is. It's real big. Let's just see if there's something else in here. I feel like I could use this magazine and just make a whole collage journal out of, and make a whole collage journal out of just this magazine. It's that good. It really is. That couple's nice. Let me move this like that. I love these sculptures. I think they're really cool. I wonder if I could put that one on there. Let's try it. Definitely don't want the orange on there. I love orange, but not with this. Okay, let me cut this out. I'll be right back. I do like that, I think, and then maybe we could put like a butterfly or something over here. Or we could give her wings and make her like a fairy. Let me cut this out real quick with my X-Acto. Okay, I'm going to put her right about here, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with her in just a little bit. Put her there right now. She can just hang out. So it's getting later in the afternoon. I'm always way better with my creativity in the mornings. So I'm going to come back and finish this video tomorrow. Well, you guys, I'm super bummed because my computer totally did something weird and I lost this whole page. I had been working on this morning and I don't know what happened. It just shut down again. So it's still sick, but I'm limping through trying to get this video made. And I'll go over what I did. So I put some wings on the back here for her. Then I went around with the Posca pin and I gave her a crown, which actually turned out to be like a hat. And I do like that because it almost looks like she's got like antenna coming out of her head right there. Don't those kind of look like antenna? So I want to add maybe a couple. I found this. I'm like out of these jewels now. I love them, but I think this is the last one I have. Kind of wanted just to put maybe something to break it up a little bit behind here. So let me add that. Yeah, I probably recorded maybe 15 minutes and it just disappeared. So I'm sorry about that. But we will make do. And let's see where I can put this other piece. Yeah, so that whole thing just threw me off. I was like going good. I'm like, oh, I got my mojo this morning. And then bam, it just shut off. So I think after I record a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and just uh, save it and then start recording again and just put these little videos together. So maybe when I upgraded my Filmora Wondershare program, it perhaps it's something with that. I don't know. I give up. So let's see. I think that's good for right now. And then I wanted to work on this next one. This one. I want to go back to this one. So let's go look in. I feel like I want some more things here. Like, this is their life with the dogs in the city in America, but I think I want a little something else in here. And there was a page I was looking at earlier. It might be nice to put their house in there. Yeah, we already have the city. Here, this page. It's had a lot of things going on in it, so I'm going to rip this one out. And I saw this, and I thought maybe it might be good to kind of go across the back of them here. So let me cut this out. Wondering, maybe we could just put a little bit back behind here. I do like that. Let me cut that off. We can get a little sunset in here. Came all the way off. These dogs are, I need to cut this down just a hair. I'm going to put that right there. So anyway, I got a good night's sleep last night, and I got up this morning and I was like, oh, I am so diving into the random journal this morning. And then I'm headed over to the pottery studio where I'm going to be a monitor today. I got my monitor key. I had a little training to do. I still need to learn a lot more, but I'm excited to have a key and be able to help out monitoring. That way we can have the studio open more. Okay, I don't want to put that over the dogs, but maybe right about there. Okay, let's see what else we can put in here. So maybe they like a little bit of the equestrian vibe. So they might like some bourbon too. Maybe these people are actually from Kentucky. Oh, and if they are, they do enjoy a mint jubilee. That is a thing. I didn't know about mint jubilees till a few years ago. I guess that is a big Kentucky Southern thing. So let me just do the horses first. Maybe, let me try this. If we don't like that, we'll just put the horses themselves. This one right here. Well, that's kind of nice. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I work so hard on the backgrounds, and then by the time I do this, I don't even see it. But it's just part of the process. Sometimes you do. And it does help you get a direction, I feel like. All right. I think that's good. It kind of goes, it flows. I'd like to go back to this one and work on it a little bit. I love these paper dolls. I think they're so cute. I'll have to do something with them. But then I saw this Boeing ad right here and decided that I wanted to cut this out. So we're going to cut that out. Oh, she's cute too. Girl with her suitcase. So I was thinking this would look good maybe here. I just haven't decided whether I want to cut it out or not. I want to leave it like this. I'm almost thinking I would leave it in a strip just because the other ones are in a strip. Just something different. Looks a little a little crooked. So let me cut this. You know, I think I'm just going to tear it. Put it maybe right about there. And then I think I could probably cut this. Oh, the beat. I'm going to do oh, the beat. Put it on that side and then in Trinidad on that side. And then I need a little something else for down here. So let's look in this magazine again. I know you're not getting the whole thing. I'm sorry. I just don't want to adjust the camera and then back again. I think you're getting quite a bit of it though. I was kind of looking at this, but that would have to be such a huge strip to get that boat in there. I was thinking maybe I could do like a strip of this. I'm going to cut it out because there's nothing behind it. I am like wonky cutting today. I don't know what's going on. So I started trying to fast. People are losing a lot of weight with this intermittent fasting thing, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to limit my window of eating. I'm gonna try not to eat. I'm starting slow, you guys. I'm not gonna like jump into anything crazy, but I'm gonna try to stop eating after dinner and then not eat until 10 and then slowly increase it a little bit more and see how that goes. But it is now, what time is it? It's 9:30 in the morning right now. And so I ate, I think the last thing I had a little snack before bed. I think I had something around 8:30 last night. So I'm going to try to stop doing that because I think that is a problem. To get a little coffee. And you know, I kind of like that. It's a little different than what I normally do, just, you know, hunks of paper everywhere. And I am going to cut this off, I think, just because everything else is cut. And perhaps put maybe a little bit of palm trees or something here. I still feel like it needs a little something. But I am going to tack this down. Do my tentative tack. So put that about there, and then put the beat right here. Not sure because I'm going to put some palm trees, so I really don't want to do much with that. Okay, just a little tack, just a slight bit. You know what? Just on the other side of where we just cut that off, there's this right here. I wonder if that would look good. Let me see what's on the other side. Oh yeah, I'll cut that. Let me cut that out. I do think I like that. I do wish it didn't have like those flags in it, but that's just the way it is. And this journal is more about like just laying things down and having a good time. So if it's, I take a lot more time on my Marguerite Miller challenges each week. I have a whole playlist. I haven't missed a week in a year and a half, just about a year and a half. Um, so check those out because I do spend quite a bit of time on those. And but this is just something fun to play in. Okay. So now I think that I have what I want. I can go around and glue it a little better. So I can hear I've got the laundry going this morning already. I have the dog food cooking. I've been trying to feed the dogs homemade dog food. And I still feed them a little bit of kibble just because I'm afraid I might not be giving them exact nutrients they need. But, they just put so much junk in that regular dog food anymore. So why I was saying that is I can hear my timer going off on the stove because I set it for 10 minutes because I did not want to forget that it was on when I get involved in this. So I need to go check the little concoction I'm making for them. Be right back. Okay, basically I was checking to see if it was boiling over, but so what I have in there, if you're interested, I have some chicken that was already cooked, so some frozen chicken that I just took out. I've got some green beans, some carrots, a little bit of apple. I've got some rice. Rice is already made, so, but right now I'm just getting everything completely cooked, the carrots and the green beans and stuff. And then that'll be good with the chicken broth in there. So then I will drain that and put it in with the rice and they will be all set. And then I do a big batch so that I freeze it and into like portions that I can take out every few days. And so far it hasn't been too bad. I've been doing it maybe this is like my my third batch for them. And they seem to be good. I think maybe Sadie, the one dog that just turned 9.5, she seems like maybe she has a little more energy. I think my husband would laugh at me because she sleeps so much, but okay, so there's our Trinidad page. I think it turned out cute. I like it. Very retro goodness there. Anyway, I hope you had fun today and that you might give a random collage book a try. You guys, I appreciate you so much joining me and spending time with me. I know there's lots of channels out there, and I'm flattered that you pick me to watch and hang out with. So I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.